common complaint that we hear from time to time is someone's sanding a floor and they touch their big machine or their edger on a radiator and they get a shock. Well, that's caused because you have an issue with the ground in your machine. One of the most vulnerable spots on any sanding machine is what's called the strain relief area, where the wire goes into the motor, or actually into the control box, depending on how it's built. It gets flopped around a lot of movement, and sometimes the wires will literally break inside of the installation. And we're going to show you in a second how to check for that. This is a strain relief on a big machine. This is a typical strain relief on an edger. They're all similar, but obviously they're all just a little bit different. In order to check these without having to take the machine apart, you're going to use a multimeter, and all the good multimeters, even the cheap ones, have a setting that checks continuity, and we're going to do that right now. Looking at your plug, you'll notice that there's one of the three tines on here that has a little angle piece on it. That's always indicating the ground in the plug itself. So you're using your multimeter, there's a little hole in the ground on that tine, and then the other side, if you touch it anywhere where it makes contact with the machine, if there's a proper ground, you'll hear this beeping sound. You hear it? If you have a different type of a multimeter, it'll just show 3 zeros. That's telling you that you've got a proper ground and that there's nothing broken insofar as the ground in the area between the plug and the strain relief. All right, this is an extension cord for the little edger that we just showed you, and they're all pretty similar. You're going to have your hot, neutral, and the odd shaped tine again as the ground. So to find out if there's a broken wire anywhere in this cord, in this case we're going to put a probe in the ground, and we're going to touch the ground side of the plug, and we'll get our tone. If I can hold everything with one hand. Here, one.
And we did. We got the tone.
There you go. So we know that with the ground wire, we have continuity, the wire's not broken, and we can go over here to the next side, do the same thing. There's the beep. We'll go over to the other side, check it. There's the beep, so we know that this cable has got continuity, or it conducts current through it all the way without any breaks.